Hello students, welcome to ShirtBack Academy. In our coding lesson today, we're going to be doing ocean scene with loops. We're going to be continuing Module 2. In our lesson today, we're going to begin from the code.org homepage. When we're there, we're going to click on Learn in the top left corner. On the next page, we're going to go down and we're going to click on Learn More in grades K to 5. On the next page, we're going to scroll down and click on Course A. And our lesson today is going to be lesson number 10, Ocean Scene with Loops. Once we're there, we're going to click on the number 1 and watch our intro video.
These are your draw blocks. Use the correct one to move the artist where he needs to go to fill in the gray lines. These are jump blocks. When you use these, your artist moves but doesn't draw, so use these to jump to the next gray line.
We're going to be using both the draw and the jump blocks throughout this lesson. Let's click on Continue and we'll start beginning. Here in Puzzle 2, we have a free play. We're using a new type of puzzle called Artist. We're going to play with the level a little bit and draw something fun. You can see in our toolbox we have our draw blocks and our jump blocks. We also have a repeat. Over in the middle of the play space, you can see a toolbar. You can make the artist go faster or slower through your code. We're going to draw a square. I'm going to bring over an up, right, down, and left arrows. Each block I have in my code will draw one side of the square. When we click Run, we see that our artist was able to draw a square. Now I'm going to make it go a little faster. You can see this time our artist drew the square a lot quicker. We can use that how we want to. If you'd like to share your drawing, you can always do so on the available platforms, or you can copy and paste the URL web address in the box. If you'd like to keep trying in the play space to get used to the artist, hit Keep Playing. We're going to click on Continue and move on to Puzzle 3. Here in Puzzle 3, our instructions are telling us to have the artist draw 2 lines forward. Over in the play space, we see our artist. We have a line that he needs to draw 2 spots. For this puzzle, we're going to bring over 2 draw right blocks. When we click Run, our artist draws the line. Good job! We're going to click Continue and move on to Puzzle 4. Here in Puzzle 4, our instructions tell us that the artist has to draw a line 5 times. Over in our play space, if we trace the line, we see that the artist must go 5 line segments. I'm going to bring over 5 draw right blocks. You can see that's a lot of code. Instead, I'm going to use a repeat loop. This is what we've been doing all module. I'm going to set my repeat to 5, and I'm going to bring over a right arrow. The right arrow here in the repeat is the same as the 5 right draws that we just moved. Let's double check our code and click Run. And we see our artist drew the line. Great job, everybody. We're going to click on Continue and move on to Puzzle 5. We're going to watch now our loops in artist video.
This is a repeat block. It'll let you loop the code inside as many times as you tell it to. To a computer, code that you write like this looks just like code that you write like this. Now, you know how to use a repeat block here and in other puzzles too.
Okay, we're going to be using repeat blocks in the rest of our puzzles in this lesson. Let's click Continue and move on to Puzzle 6. Here in Puzzle 6, our instructions are telling us to use a repeat 5 loop to draw a line. Over in the play space, we see our artist. has to draw 5 line segments. We're going to click and get a hint. It says here that if we want the loop to repeat, we have to change the number at the top of the block. The first thing we're going to do is bring over our repeat loop. When we count our play space, we see we have to set our repeat to 5. Inside of the repeat, we're going to connect a right draw arrow. When we click Run, we see our code works great. Here in Puzzle 7, it's asking us to draw a line 7 steps long. This is going to be the horizon in our picture. Let's trace the path for the artist. We can see there are 7 segments in the line. We're going to bring over our repeat. Inside our repeat loop, we're going to connect a draw right. We're going to set our repeat to 7. Let's double check our code and click Run. Our loop worked great. Awesome job, everybody. Let's click on Continue and move on to Puzzle 8. Here in Puzzle 8, we're going to draw a hill. We're going to use our diagonal blocks. Over in the play space, we see that our artist has to draw 2 lines. The first line that he has to draw is northeast. That's the NE block. We're going to drag one over. The second line, our artist must go southeast. That's the SE block. We're going to drag one of those over and connect. Now we're going to click Run, and our artist should draw the hill. Well done. Way to use the diagonal line commands. We're going to click on Continue and move on to Puzzle 9. Here in Puzzle 9, we have 3 waves. We're going to have to use a repeat loop to draw them. The first thing we're going to do is trace the path for the artist. We see we must repeat the same pattern 3 times. We're going to bring over our repeat and set it equal to 3. Inside, we're going to first bring over our northeast block, NE. Then we're going to bring over our southeast, the SE. We're going to repeat those 2 diagonal patterns 3 times. Let's check our code and click Run. We can see our repeat loop worked great. Good job. Let's click on Continue and move on to Puzzle 10. Here in Puzzle 10, it's telling us we need to draw a ladder to get up to the boat. In our workspace, we see some existing code. A draw right, draw left, and a jump up. We're going to get a hint. It says try running the code we have written. Let's see what it does. You can see that the code draws 1 line, but our ladder has 4. What can we do to finish the code? We're going to bring over a repeat. We see that there are 4 rungs in the ladder. We can use the existing code to get up each one, but we need to repeat it 4 times. Let's make sure our code is connected and click Reset and Run. This time, our artist gets all the way up the ladder. Great job! You can see how effective using repeat loops can be. Let's click Continue and move on to Puzzle 11. Alright, a challenge puzzle. Challenge puzzles are designed to stretch our brains. Let's see how we do. Here in our challenge puzzle, it says that the stairs down to the dock are broken. We need to fix them. Here in our workspace, we see a repeat loop set to 5 times and a draw right arrow. Let's look at the play space. We see our artist and the stairs. What do we need to do to fix the code so that we can go down the whole staircase? Do you see the problem? We're missing a down arrow. we need to go right and down on each stair. We're going to keep our repeat set to 5 and click Run. And now we see that our repeat loop gets us all the way there. Great job, everybody! Challenge puzzle complete. That was a tricky one, but you did awesome. Let's click Continue, and we're going to move on to Puzzle 12. Here in Puzzle 12, it's telling us it's time to head back to land. We need to put down stones so we don't fall in. Over in the play space, you see our artist. In the play space, we see 4 lines, and there's a gap in between. For each gap, we're going to have to use a jump block. To start our code, I'm going to bring over a draw right arrow. Then, underneath, I'm going to bring a jump. After we draw each line, we need to jump to the next one. When we click Run, we see that it works for the first part. But we have 4 lines, so we're going to bring over a repeat. Inside of our repeat, we're going to set it equal to 4. And now we're going to hit Reset and Run. And you can see that we get all the way there. Great job. 2 more puzzles. Let's finish strong. Here in Puzzle 13, it's asking us to build some steps. We're going to watch the ship sail away. Let's trace the path. We see our artist must go up, right, and do that pattern 3 times. Let's build our code. We're going to bring over our up and right arrow, but we need to do that pattern 3 times. We're going to connect our code inside of a repeat and set it equal to 3. Let's double check our code and make sure everything is connected. Once it looks good, let's click Run. Great job. Final puzzle, number 14, my favorite number. Here in Puzzle 14, we have another free play. This time we're going to try to draw a cool picture. I'm going to go down to the bottom here and I'm going to pull out a northeast, an NE. That's going to be my first line of the triangle. Then I'm going to bring a southeast and a turn right. I'm sorry, a turn left. When I click Run, you can see I have almost an entire triangle. If I hit Reset and Run, I see I can make the full triangle with 1 more left block. Now let me hit Reset and Run. Now we've drawn a full triangle. Looks pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag our code over and I'm going to bring over a jump left block and put it at the end of our code. And I'm going to also put all of our code inside of a repeat. What's going to happen is each time we run through our code, our artist is going to jump 1 space and he should draw another triangle. I'm going to set our repeat set to 3. Now when we click Run, we should see a pattern where our artist draws 3 triangles. Let's check it out. We draw 1 triangle and he jumps. 2 triangles and jumps, and 3. Great job! Our picture looks awesome. Did you draw something different? If you did, we'd love to check it out. You can always share your drawings on platforms and by copying and pasting the web address in the box. Good job, everybody! That concludes this lesson. In our next lesson, we're going to continue in Module 2, but we're going to learn about events. If you have any questions about any of the puzzles in this lesson, please find the appropriate time part of the video and review that section. We thank you for following along, and we'll see you in the next lesson. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody, and keep on coding.